Now joining us to talk about the Promise Keepers' chance of survival is a sports journalist, of course, with XL FM Uyo. Akila Matawal joins us this afternoon. Good afternoon to you and welcome to In the Game.
Good afternoon, Favor. It's a pleasure to join you today.
All right, let's quickly go straight to business. A positive result for the Promise Keepers. How important is this win for the Uyo-based team?
Very important. Absolutely important. They needed the win yesterday. And they showed that they needed it from the start of the game, even though they couldn't find the breakthrough in the first half. But they had a good number of chances yesterday in the encounter. But the Darlington, Ovunda, was a star of the show for Heartland FC. He kept them in the game in the first half, also kept them in the game in the second half before he finally let one in the 60th minute. That strike from Ubong Friday, just like you've shown that on the screen recently, was one that he couldn't stop. Ubong Friday was in a very tight angle. He had defenders around him, but he was able to shield them, find his space inside the box, and shoot into the back of the net. Darlington Ovunda was close to where that ball came through, but he didn't have a good sight of the ball, and he couldn't do anything to stop that. That was the first goal, and Ubong Friday yet again was involved in the second game after a second goal, so to say, after Shehu Guntayo freed him with that excellent pass from the Akwa United half. He raced towards goal and was able to lay that ball across. It was a dangerous cross, trying to find Sani Suleiman, and Chinedu Ozor was right around. He felt he needed to intercept the ball and probably play it out for safety. He couldn't get the right touch on it, and it was an own goal. And you look at the replay and know that even if he hadn't scored, there was Sani Suleiman who was right there and was waiting to take advantage of that cross from Ubong Friday. There were other chances that came through as well. Ubong Friday was the star of the show for Akwa United yesterday, no doubt. He had so many other excellent crosses into the box. He had a free kick chance as well that couldn't find the back of the net. And even in the course of that game, Oshoba Kabir hit the woodwork as well for Akwa United. And Heartland hardly threatened yesterday. Their biggest chance was in the first half. The shot from Divine Ukadike that Malaki Ohaume tried to get the rebound into the back of the net, but Johnny Fowler was right there and saved it in the end. So I think it was a dominant display from the Promise Keepers. The result doesn't even tell the story of what the Promise Keepers brought to the table yesterday. They needed to win. And when you're playing a game, when all others have played, there's pressure on you. Mohamed Babaganaru spoke about that yesterday, and he said they knew they needed to win, and knowing that a win could take them as high as 14th position, it was a victory that was non-negotiable. And thankfully, they were able to weather the storm and stop Heartland yesterday and get the win, which is a big boost as they continue their fight for survival.
All right, let's quickly take a look at the 4 remaining fixtures for the teams that are threatened, that relegation threatened. Let's start with Akwa United. We know they have 4 matches to go. The next match will be against Sunshine Stars. They'll be at home against Katsina United. Then, of course, they'll go away to Abia Warriors and then play their last game of the season, a South Derby against Rivers United. Let's now move straight to the next team. Of course, being threatened at the moment with relegation. Talking about, of course, Bayelsa United. They'll be at home against to the Sporting Lagos. Eyiba will also take on Bayelsa United. That will be away from home. Bayelsa United will return home against Shooting Stars. Better Insurance will be at home to Bayelsa United. We'll go straight, of course. Let's look at Doma United. They'll be away to Heartland. They'll be at home to Sunshine Stars. Katsina United will be at home to Doma United. And Doma United will play their last game at home to Abia Warriors. And Sporting Lagos, yes, they'll be away from home. They'll be traveling to Samson Siasa Stadium to take on Bayelsa United. They'll be at home to Plateau United. The Sporting Lagos again will be at home. A double-header home game for them against Eyiba Football Club. And Shooting Stars will be their last away game. That's also a Southwest derby for them. And don't forget the Sunshine Stars. They'll be at home to Akwa United, away to Doma, home to Rebel Stars, and away to Niger Tornadoes. Now, Akila, amongst these fixtures that you've seen, especially with the teams that are threatened, that may likely, of course, be relegated, which of these teams do you think will survive at the end of the final round of fixtures?
I tell you, it's a very tough moment now, and you look at the fixtures, like the Premier League said, it was a period of the running, and you can see that that's the situation now with the NPFL, or maybe the final stretch, as someone has decided to call it. And I tell you, all of these teams fighting for their lives will have to fight until the final day. Very tough fixtures for many of them, starting off with Akwa United. I think the advantage for them right now is the fact that their final game of the season will be at home. So it gives you that feeling that if you enter into the final day knowing that a win at home can guarantee safety, and that will be against Rivers United, who at this point I don't think are fighting for anything. Qualifying for the continent from the NPFL seems very unlikely for them, except they can garner all points and hope that the teams in the top 4 begin to lose every game, and that doesn't look like a possibility. So final game of the season for Akwa United at home against Rivers United looks like one they can get over the line. But I think their toughest game will be this weekend when they face off against Sunshine Stars. Sunshine Stars are fellow strugglers. They are fighting for their lives. They got an away win against Gombe United, which is a big boost for them. And coming back, they will want to capitalize on that. But I think Akwa United have momentum. After that victory against Kano Pillars at home, went away, defeated Lobby Stars by 2-1, came back home against Heartland FC, got another 2-0 victory. So they are on a 3-game winning streak, now 4. So they are going into the Sunshine Stars game with momentum on their side. Yes, they suffered a blip somehow with the exit from the Federation Cup, but they know that they have their destiny in their hands now. And I tell you, a draw against Sunshine Stars away from home can just be the tonic for them, because if they get a point away at Sunshine Stars still remain below them. They come back home to play against Katsina United, they win it, they step up even higher, and they go away against Abia Warriors. Abia Warriors will be playing at home this weekend, I think against Bendel Insurance. They will be going away at Gombe United, who look like a team that they are already relegated, so nothing to play for them. So if Abia Warriors are able to get this back-to-back wins against Bendel Insurance, against Gombe United, then it could be a game against Akwa United on March day 37. It will be a game that Akwa United, will have it easy, because Abia Warriors may not really be fighting for anything at that time. Survival might have been ensured for them. But you look at other teams, Sporting Lagos, I think they have the toughest route now to survival, because they are playing at home. Yes, back-to-back games after playing against Bayelsa United away from home. They play Plateau United, who may not be too tough for them, because United now somehow have lost, that drive to try and qualify for the continent. But playing Enyimba at home, that are chasing for the league title at this point of the season, is a nightmare for any team, regardless of how strong you are. So I think Sporting Lagos might just be kissing the NPFL goodbye. They're a private team, we love what they are doing, but I think they're in a very precarious situation now that may not really be easy for them. Doma United, I think somehow they still have a chance. So if I were to pick 4 teams that could drop, I think Heartland are done and out at this point. Gombe United are out of the equation as well. I think between Sunshine Stars, Bayelsa United and Sporting Lagos, 2 more teams will be joining Heartland and Gombe United in the NNL next season.
All right, while we still stick with you, of course, Akila, just quickly go straight down to Ojo Kayode. Kayode, Akila has just given us his pick for the teams that will be relegated. Do you agree with him, or you have a different opinion when you look at the top 6 and the bottom 6? Let's take a look at the bottom 6 and let's see the teams right there at the bottom 6 in the Nigerian Premier Football League, while, of course, Kayode, makes his pick for the teams that will be relegated.
But it's going to be a tough one, like what Akila just said. But, I'm just looking at it on the flip side with Akwa United that you just mentioned. And they have 2 away matches. And, one of the major part of grinding out result in the Nigerian Premier League is getting the needed result in a way, especially when you are now struggling it out with relegation threatening teams, the likes of Sunshine, which you have actually affirmed that it's going to be a tough match in their next game. So for me, it's going to be a very tough one for them. And you see, I feel it's going to be tough for Sporting Lagos, looking at the games they have ahead to play, and then Doma United, the 2 of them, they are possibly the likely club that will be joining Heartland and Gombe United, all right, in the relegation.